our letter to the landowners.
Yeah.
That would assure that you'll continue to be on our list as these documents come out, and we certainly want to invite you to review those documents. You have my card. If you have any concerns or any feedback on any of this stuff, please get back to us because we're very interested in what you've got to say.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
I have a prepared statement. My name is Scott Ainsworth. I live at El Centro. This is for the proposed community of 7,174 homes to be located south of Raleigh, California. It's a bad idea for multiple reasons. One, what I could find online included these details. Raleigh has a population of 22,582 people. This community would add, if just one person moved into one house each, a third to the population. Currently, 26.6% live below the poverty line, which includes 22.5% of the families. The predominant job for men outside of basic jobs and running a community is construction, which accounts for 10% of the jobs available. For women, 6% is in services. There are no other jobs or industries beyond agriculture and border patrol. The most employees Raleigh has, it seems, are in the schools. 2. Raleigh has just experienced a dramatic housing drop in Q4 of 2007. In Q2, the average home was selling for nearly $300,000. In Q4, that number dropped to $100,000 to below $200,000. In Q3, around 50 homes were sold. Q4, maybe 2. There are newly built homes, newly built communities to the south of Raleigh now, which I hear are mostly empty. 3. El Centro, south of Raleigh, has a population of 42,000, and out of a total of 13,789 homes, 6.69% of those are vacant, so about 922 empty houses. Its unemployment rate is 13.4%. 22.8% live below the poverty line, so about 20.6% of families. 4. Calapat, north of Raleigh, has a population of 7,289, and out of a total of 961 homes, 62, so about 6.5% are vacant. 12 are used for recreational and seasonal use. 543 of the homes are owned, making about 60%, while the other 356 homes are rented, so about 40%. 20.4% of the families live below the poverty line there. 5. Raleigh currently has 40 staff enrolled in its police department. 28 are officers. Per 1,000 residents, that makes for 1.25 officers, where the U.S. city average is 3 per 1,000. Raleigh would need to triple its current police budget just to reach standards now. 6. Crime index, which uses 100,000 as the determining number. The national average is 323.2, where Raleigh is about 378, so about 50 above, according to a 2006 study. 7. For education and teenagers, Raleigh is twice the California average for high school dropouts, and for receiving diplomas, just below the California average. 8. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, the Imperial County has some of the worst air quality in the nation. Asthma is the #1 health problem here. Who wants to move to this area? And on a side note, my father, who teaches up in Calapat, said that the third day in a row, an ambulance had to come to the school to take care of an asthma attack victim at one of the students. Much of this information can be found online easily if you Google search City of Raleigh, California, and I've included a link for citydata.com. Raleigh is one of the better communities in the Imperial Valley because it has developed so little over the years and maintained a simple layout where the main street, which had most of the businesses, was easily accessible by the residents, especially those who do not drive vehicles. By creating a large community outside of the center of Raleigh, you will offset the balance and create an area that few people are able to move into, and which can likely be abandoned and overrun by squatters. Personally, I have my own questions regarding this project. 1. Why is an outsider company with dealings in Hawaii, Utah, and other parts of the country offering to build this community? Who selected the site? Who is financially backing this proposal? Who stands to financially gain from this proposal? Who within Imperial County is aware of this? Who is in support? Who is against? Why? 2. What local resources will be used for the construction of this project? Will local workers and companies be hired? Will there be oversight into the hiring practices of the companies involved? 3. What sort of insurances and assurances are going with this project? This is earthquake land, at risk for brownouts, torrential flooding rains for every few years, and if global warming does continue along the path that a number of people think it will, There's about 20 feet of sand elevation separating the Gulf of California from the Salton Sea. 4, are green technologies and practices being used for this project? Cheaper building materials, homes that are more efficient with water, power, and waste, and creating roadways that favor smooth traveling, not stop and go, and forcing heavy vehicles to share the roads with lighter vehicles and tearing up the pavement as a result. This will also take into account the amount of pollution that will go into making the community and the constant amount of pollution the community will add to the county as a whole. 5, will the community be built to take into account the spring winds from the west or the 6 months of over 100-degree temperatures? Meaning, will people be stuck indoors during those times? So are there things that people can do outside of their homes where they are protected from the elements? 6, if no permanent residents move into the community, what will be done with it then? Seasonal, weekend, retired? What about populations with sensitive respiratory systems who have allergies and cannot handle burning fields, airborne pesticides, dust, and pollen? Also, with this idea for a lake, is there any ideas for pest control, particularly with hornets and mosquitoes? In my humble opinion, what we are seeing with this community proposal is a lack of foresight by whoever has proposed it. There are significant issues within Imperial County that can be directly linked to overpopulation, lack of jobs and industry, lack of infrastructure and funding, and even the basic geology of the valley. The Imperial Valley is its own greenhouse. Whatever we put in the environment stays in the environment. What is being proposed will only add to and aggravate problems that everyone in the county is experiencing. On my street in El Centro, there is a for sale sign 3 houses down, another 4 in the other direction, and a third 10 houses away. In a year or two, my parents will be retired from teaching and ready to move, but all their savings is invested in a cheap home built by Lowe's Homes back in 1988. This project will prevent them from leaving this unhealthy environment. A home going for sale in El Centro affects Imperial, Brawley, Calexico. A couple thousand going for sale in Brawley? This is the recipe for disaster. What Brawley needs, along with other Imperial County communities, is to stop growing out and to start growing up, with low-rent housing in the community interiors that will aid the people living below the poverty line, and improving the mass transportation network will only better ensure positive results. Also, Brawley needs to seriously consider creating a bypass to link the 86 from El Centro to the south to the 78 to Westmoreland to the west, and maybe do something similar for the 111 to Calapat. Creating bypasses with easy access to businesses will benefit Brawley a lot more than a spurt of growth that will wither from neglect. The amount of money and effort that could be spent on this community project could be better spent helping people sell their homes, move out of the county, and clean up the pollution that the rest of us are left enduring. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate your comments very much. I was taking some notes here, and quite a bit of what you said comes under various analysis topics in the EIR, and they will look at this, and I'll also make copies of this available to our EIR consultants.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank you. Anything else from anyone?
Glad I wrote that.
Okay, well then that concludes our scoping meeting, and we appreciate you all being here, and for those that you were your presenters and those that partook, and thank you very much.
Sky, nice to meet you, Ben.
And Patrick, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So you're with the Environmental Protection Agency, or?
We're the consultants who will prepare the EIR.
Okay.
The actual documentation.
Are you familiar with I believe we have the EPA rep, I forget his name, Brad Horwez? Is that name familiar?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, are you guys in contact with him? Because
yeah, we've done a number of projects with him, and
okay.
it's definitely part of this as a responsible agency. In fact, his APCD, Environ,
Right.
look at their work.
Okay.
As an example of some work that we've done regarding specific plants similar to this, the city of Imperial, we went on the campus